Hey everyone, my name is Mark Vogel. I wanted to welcome you to my presentation and just say I'm looking forward to learning with you all throughout this course. A little bit about myself. I went to Hempfield School District growing up in Lancaster County, and then I went on to Elizabethtown College where I studied mathematics education. I got my first master's in instructional media through Wilkes University and my second one through Millersville where I did the online teaching program. My teaching career consists of 8 years so far, all at Hempfield High School. So I have a unique experience where I actually teach at this high school I graduated from. I've taught Algebra 1, 2, and Geometry. And then our district is one-to-one with iPads, which we've had for about 4 or 5 years now. And one reason I'm really interested in this course and the STEM idea is because, well, one, I teach math, but also because our district does a Junior Achievement STEM Summit every year for our freshmen, which is a great experience for them. Some of my hobbies include I'm a huge Philadelphia sports fan, which is kind of tough right now with not having sports in the world. I love working out, going to the beach, and also playing golf, especially in the summers. And then last thing about me is my family. My father works at Johnson& Johnson. My mother is a history teacher at Reynolds Middle School in Lancaster City, and my sister teaches science at Harridan High School in Lower Merion School District. When it comes to my definition for STEM, the one I came up with was the incorporation of hands-on learning involving science, technology, engineering, and math to provide students with opportunities to solve real-world problems. The reason I put solving real-world problems is because I think a lot of the ideas the students are learning in the school education system, sometimes we need to do a better job actually showing them how they can relate to the real world and how they're actually useful. And in the YouTube video that was in the course materials for this module from the National Academies of Sciences, Engineering, and Medicine. In that video, they mentioned that engineering depends on findings from science, the application of mathematics, and the use of technological tools. So this video really stressed the idea how these science, technology, engineering, and math all rely on each other, and kind of in our educational school system now, we teach them in separate classrooms where we need to do a better job of kind of tying them together and showing the students how they all relate to one another. One of the activities that I've done so far in my courses, which I'll be honest, I did steal from our STEM summit because I thought it was really cool, was a toothpick tower where the students use marshmallows, kind of like the picture on the slide there, and they can only use so many toothpicks, and they have a certain amount of time where they have to build the tower and see how high they can make it without it falling over. The reason I do this was to promote teamwork and problem solving, and relating it to the ideas from page 38 from Joanne Vasquez. Science, they have to ask questions. So at the beginning, they're kind of figuring out what are they going to do. When it comes to engineering, they're defining the problem and then developing and using models that they come up with. With technology, I actually showed them a video beforehand, kind of introducing the idea and how it's important and kind of ties in the math. And then finally, mathematics, they have to make sense of problems and persevere in solving them. And then they construct viable arguments and critique the reasoning of others. So afterwards, we kind of reflect and share what they learned, and each group can kind of, bounce off what they found and what they kind of learned from it. The reason I think STEM education is so crucial is one thing we really need to do is open our students' eyes and kind of show them the occupations that they could possibly get in the future. Also showing the students how the content that they are learning, especially in my Algebra 1 courses, relates to the real world is important. Teaching them problem solving. We use problem solving every day, whether you think it's what you're going to have for breakfast, what your outfit's going to be, if you have a flat tire on the road, how are you going to solve that problem? And then finally, encouraging teamwork. And then also from Neil deGrasse Tyson in his video, scientifically literate and mathematically literate because they're are the engines of problem solving in the world. Now you're valuable to an employer because companies want to be innovative. And really, we need our students to become more creative and get ideas to kind of solve problems and be unique. Finally, my goals consist of, the first one's probably the most important, is finding ways to incorporate more STEM ideas into my courses. And as a picture you can see there, demonstrating how it relates to the real world, I took that picture from the Today Show and shared it with my students on Schoology, and that's exponential growth, which I just taught them a month ago. And then finally, here are my references, and my favorite cartoon character would probably have to be Hey Arnold, even though I'm not a big cartoon guy. Thanks for watching my presentation, and again, I look forward to learning with you all this course.